Hi there. In this quick video we'll be taking a look at this cordless stapler and nailer. It's the 12-volt version from PARKSIDE. Sorry about my voice, will probably be quite annoying, but nothing I can do. Daughters picked something up from somewhere and as always brought it home. They don't miss anything. Anyway, so this thingy works with 10mm staples and 400 are included, and with 15mm nails, and again 100 included. It has a soft grip, meaning some black rubber in some areas. This is how they look like. I think they are quite normal staples, probably just a tiny bit longer in this area than normal ones, and maybe a bit thicker. We'll see that in a moment. This is how you use it for nailing when you are working on furniture, for example. This would have been really useful a few years ago when I assembled a ton of IKEA furniture for the house. And this, for example, I will use it quite soon today. First thing that I will do on some speakers. So, flush nose design for working on narrow items and close to edges. Perfect, that is. And yeah, I don't know if there's any more interesting. Where's English? No English? Nope, sorry about that. So I'm going to try and translate not that well, but I kind of suck at directly translating Romanian to English. I don't know why, but anyway, my brain is kind of fried in this part. Doesn't include an accu and no charger, obviously. Also, I do have those, so it doesn't really matter. Narrow slit for stapling for narrow components. Yeah, nice. Easy handling, yeah. Rotary button for pre-selecting nailing force. So that's what the red button on top does. Nice. It has a loading area, loading whatever, where where you keep your staples and nails, and also it shows you how loaded it is. That's really nice. A storage area basically for them. Yeah, it shows you the state of charge of the accu. Yeah, the staples are type 35. Jesus Christ, 53. 14mm and 47 type nails. Okay. And it's compatible with standard accessories from PARKSIDE, Bosch and whatever. Maximum 140 percussions per minute. I think that's an overkill. You are not able to do more than 1 a second probably, and this can do more than 2 a second, so yeah. The load area, 100 staples or 50 nails, and this is what's included. They recommend 2 or 4 amp accu. I only have 2 amps because I'm using this lineup from Lidl with the small amps as compact tools. I have the big tools from Unbox, and I don't want bigger than 2 amp accus for these compact ones, because then they are not compact anymore and doesn't make sense for me to have Unbox and also PARKSIDE for the same tool. So for some of them I have a big one from Unbox and a small one from PARKSIDE, and for others like this staple, only the small one from PARKSIDE, because it doesn't make sense to also have a bigger one. Anyway, so let's get this out of its package. Yes, I'm cheap enough that for non-essential jobs I reuse even these things, because I don't like to throw away stuff. I can reuse this for something randomly where I don't care if it ever comes loose, or just temporary, at least one more time. Yeah, I'm really freaking cheap and I don't care. Let's see what we have in this nice little box. That's a freaking huge box. Because it's meant to also have a big charger in here and some more accus and whatnot. We do not care about that, but This is all we have. Everything is in here. Yep, everything is in here. Box will not get used. I'm just putting them into storage. I do not want to have boxes for everything all around. Also, this I'm expecting is what pushes the staples in. Or, oh no, this is the freaking switch. So we can play, we don't have a battery. Only when this is in, you hear it? Only then, that's the tongue that actually does the job. This one right here. This locks somehow in place and you can unlock it and pull it and load what you need in here. Cool. A bit more info. Weird to see this white label. Normally they are black. Really weird. Anyway. PARKSIDE in silver. So this is not from Eastern Europe. Normally when text is in white, those are for Eastern Europe and silver for Western, most of the times, not necessarily always. Does this have Romanian? If it doesn't really have Romanian, then yeah, it was mostly for Western Europe and some maybe a little bit Eastern countries, sometimes, depends. Anyway. And where does it tell us how loaded this is? This here, it shows us. Could that be the load indicator? Maybe. Yeah, nice feel. It is quite a big tool. You see this, so quite a big tool. Bigger than I expected, honestly, but yeah, it is what it is. Battery is tiny compared to it. Almost nothing. It will not do anything unless you are already pushed. Do not play with this thing. This is not a toy. Do not let children play with this. Again, not a toy. Most likely I will take this off. I don't use my tools attached to my belt like ever. I always take these things off and mostly reuse them for other stuff. Can this also open beer bottles? Hopefully they had that in mind when they did it. Is this strong enough? No, this is the small one. Let me get a bigger one. Obviously, if you use this thing, keep it there. Do not remove it. But for me, it just makes the tool even bulkier. And I want to be able to put it in a small drawer somewhere. Again, I'm not using its box. So yeah, there's that. These things will be reused for other projects. Mostly I use these things in my workspace as coat hangers. I just put them on a wall and I can hang my coats. I just make it a little bit more open and again, reuse everything that I can do. So we all have the manual in here and an empty box that I will put aside. Let me show you a few things. So I was right. This is the little window where you see if this still has staples or nails in, but for nails only this side will work, because when you are loading nails you need to keep them on this particular side. So probably you load it while holding it like this. You can see that's the side for nails. Interesting. Let's put this to a side. Battery level not working until press it down, and then that gives it power. It will time off by itself. Again, adjusting plus minus, simple. Take out the battery like this, but presumably you have other PARKSIDE tools. It's the same for all of them. What else? So for staples, type for 53 JT21. The length of it from 6 to 14 millimeters. Interesting that. And top width it's 18.11. I don't know why I'm unable to read things. I just say I read one and I say another thing. Anyway, 11.7 millimeters. And for nails, 1.2 millimeters and the length from 14 to 15. So yeah, and type 47, caliber 18. Now anything else? No, because all of this is about batteries and chargers. We do not care about that. Those, it depends on what you have. Noise of it, as you can see right here, I'm not really sure. So sound pressure 99.8 and acoustic pressure 88.8. So yeah, and this is for vibration if you are interested in that. Again, charging battery, do not care because it depends on what charger and battery you possess. To load it, again, you squeeze that at the end, this thing from both sides, and pull it back. Staples, you load them right in the middle, it's easy, and it will look like this. I will show that in a moment, obviously. And for nails, you load them on the bottom side. And it will also work only when it's pressed against the material, and you need to press it against the material, otherwise you will not get proper I don't know, proper insertion into the material. Tighten, untighten the level. This is how it should look when it's correct. So the head is exactly on the material, it's not above, it's not below. If you want to use it on your belt. What red means on the battery level, below 30%, red and orange at the same time between 30 and 70, and all three of them, red, orange, green, above 70% battery charge. And yeah, that's about it. So let's see what we have inside of this little boxy. So they come with 10 millimeter from the factory. Let's see how we can load both nails, and actually nails first. So this is the top of the nail, and this is what goes into the material. You can see it's like a T. So the top of it comes in there like that. Oh, okay. So there's a spring in there, spring mechanism. Let me try and give you more light. And that is what centers the nail in place, and it will not be able to move. You see? I'm not going to use nails this time. I will also use nails by the end of the video, but at the moment I don't need nails, I need staples. You just put them in here, and again they will be centered in place. And now this is loaded, you can see them right there. Nails you would only be able to see on the side with the label. So this thing is now ready to use. Let me go and use it on some speakers. I have no freaking clue if this is set correctly or not. How easy it is? Oh, quite easy. Oh, so it's at the minimum now. Oh, and it has actually a lot to go. That's interesting. What are we actually adjusting here? I have no freaking clue. Yeah, I'm going to go back to minimum and test on what I'm doing and see. Does it go in? No. Tighten a bit. Does it go in? No. Tighten a bit more, because we are at the minimum. In time probably I will learn depending on materials. And they also have, but I think I missed that. I wanted to show you, but I totally missed it. This one. So depending on material thickness, this is the size of staple or nail you want to be using. So if there's plywood less than 1 millimeter thick, you are using really small staples and nails. For other wood fiber panels from 1 to 3 millimeters, bigger staples and nails. And for soft wood, I don't know, conifers or however those things are called, below 3 3 millimeter this variant, from 3 to 5 millimeter this variant. But yeah, these things I think you will honestly learn in time. And also on the side of the tool, which is really handy, we have its limits. And honestly, it's a bit weird that 14-15 it's the limit, because if we look at this table for where are you? For this 6-8, we are allowed to use 6, from 6 to 14. We don't have bigger than 14 anywhere. The maximum is right here, but for nails they show us 8. We are not allowed to use those. We are allowed to use 14 and 15 nails with this thing. So yeah, a bit of a weirdness. They show us something in a table that the tool itself does not allow. Not really sure if they thought about that quite well, because somebody might be ending up using wrong thing. Again, that's the minimum. We don't have too much play for nails. Anyway, let me go and use this thing, and obviously these things are PARKSIDEs. Nice little touch, just in case I didn't show this info. What I want to use this first time for, stapling the filling inside of these speakers that I'm working on. Hopefully it's going to be doable. I don't think at minimum level, honestly, because it's coming too much in this area where we will have some hot resistors and stuff like that. So I want to really freaking keep it out of the way in here. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to attempt. Luckily this fits. Let me try and somehow show you. Fits through this hole right here. And yeah, let me staple that in place and see what we get. It's working with minimum adjustment, so I didn't need to do anything. It's on minimum level. Yes, it's upside down. You can see the battery right here. Let me try, maybe hopefully bring some more light. I put one off video because I had no idea what's going to happen. I have a bracing inside of these speakers right in this area, so I forgot. I had barely managed to squeeze this apart, and I need to put my hand in here to have access to the I don't know, the trigger. And yeah, it's not easy, but I think I can do this. I can do what I want in here. So let me try and show you. This is where it will be stapled. Stapled in place. And I'm going to also put a staple right here. But yeah, it's not ideal because I couldn't keep this flat, but still worked perfectly. This white thing is not moving anywhere. Now I will also put one probably in the back. Let's see how easy it is to do that. Oh no, I also have a hole right here. Yeah, I was putting it right into the hole. That kind of sucks, so let's put it a bit lower. That's freaking awesome. Sorry for bumping into the camera. It's right there. And obviously I made sure this material is bigger than the staples. So even if they go all the way in, which they probably are going all the way in because this is quite easy to compress, they cannot pass through all the wood and come up on the other side and damage the exterior. This is freaking awesome. And I have a hint that yeah, my hand is shaking a lot. Sorry about that. I'm a bit tired. It was really freaking hard to get this in there and do the job. And we have a hint that our staples are being used because we are starting to see a bit of the metal of the pusher from the staples. I don't know exactly how, at what point you start to see the metal. I will take it out and see how many we have left from what we put in. But yeah, this gives you good info that you are starting to run low slowly. So let's get this out and see how much we have left. Okay, about that much. So we put in 100. It's 100 on one of these rails. And how much we have left? Yeah, probably we are at about 30 left. So when we have less than 30 more or less approximately, it's telling us, hey, you are running low. Hey, okay, I can live with that. And just wanted to quickly show you what I had previously. It was one of these manual things. Yes, it kind of almost sort of worked, but it was a freaking pain in the butt to do it, and honestly, in such a cramped space as today, I don't think I could have done it. And yeah, 4.8 maximum, 4 to 8 maximum height, same type, so that's freaking awesome. I will reuse these staples with my new stapler, because I don't need this thing anymore. I think I will give it to my father. He has a similar one to this. In case his breaks, he can use this. It just occupies space, and I also have smaller staples now. Yay, great. Totally forgot about the function that this has, and my father just reminded me. This can also staple paper. So yeah, if you want to staple paper with a powered stapler, you have an issue. For paper we have these thingies, so absolutely no need. And it seems these take the same size staples. That's weird, these big guys. Okay, I guess we're good. Up till now this thing works perfectly, so let's see how it handles some cheap aftermarket no-name staples. We are still at minimum, so let me try and staple this in. And this is working perfectly. Again, cheap aftermarket staples, not the original ones, and still works extremely well. I like this tool, and I prefer to get this out before doing anything in this area. This, you can see them, they are, but they work. So anyway, let's put in 1 or 2 nails just for the hell of it, so I can show you. But for me, this tool is really nice. So these things, my camera decided to stop recording for no apparent reason. That's weird. Anyway, as I was saying, they are in there. This, oopsie, should come on top of them. Lock them in place. And now let's see, will I put a nail through my table, or it will stop in wood? Hopefully it stops in wood. This is not colored, so maybe a battery should be put in before working. Anyway, let's see. We have color, so now we can press it. Okay. That worked. Not extremely tight, so probably for this we would need a bit more pressure, not too much. Let's do another one, and that should be it. Yeah, much better. So you adjust the pressure any way you want it. That's great. Awesome little tool, honestly. Really like it. Come out. Set it again to minimum. And get these things out. I will leave just a few staples in there to not compress the springs too much. I have 2 of these older broken ones. I want to get rid of those first. Lock it in place, and this is ready to go when I need it. So yeah, from my side, that's about it for this video. Already used it to repair those speakers. Link will be in the description for them. You can see it's working absolutely beautifully to keep stuff together. Simple tool. I don't want more or less from a tool than to work exactly as intended. So hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.